Welcome back to Don't Make Me Tap Again. I am your host, Angie Grant, and today we're going to tap on the energy of Gate 11. So, what is Gate 11 about? Well, Gate 11 through quantum human design is called the Gate of the Conceptualist. What the heck does that mean, and how does that apply to, well, oftentimes I'm making these podcasts here for parents. Well, what Gate 11, it's in our ajna center. So um it's where we work with ideas. It's where our ajna is designed to help us to play with and I don't know, make magic with the inspirations that we get through our head center. But it can also be a place where we feel pressure, where we feel mental pressure to try to figure things out, to know the answers. So when I think about the energy of gate 11, I think about, as parents, oftentimes we feel like we're supposed to know what we're supposed to do for our kids. I used to joke when I first started working. I mean, I've worked with parents and kids my entire career. And when I first started in this field, I started working in autism treatment. And then I became a speech language pathologist and then a parent coach. And I would often joke, I still sometimes do, that kids don't come with instructions, that as parents, we're expected to just know all the answers. We're supposed to know how to answer our kids' questions. We're supposed to know how to do what's right and best for our kids. And we're supposed to be able to answer other people's questions about our kids or what our kids need. I think that human design gives us some of those instructions. It gives us some insight about what our kids uniquely need, but it doesn't answer everything. And still, even when we really understand our kids' unique needs through human design, we still get inspiration. We still get ideas. We can still feel mental pressure from other people around us. That is part of human design, right? When we're open in our head or our ajna, we'll feel mental pressure from other people, and we can feel this pressure to try to figure things out. But Gate 11 teaches us that it's not our job to figure it out. In fact, when we're getting inspirations, it's our job to play with that idea, to create a safe space for it to do what it's supposed to do. That it is our job really to, I'm struggling with the word for it, but it's really our job to be a steward to the idea, to hold space for it and allow it to grow as it needs to. It's also that Gate 11 energy also helps us to use our imagination to imagine what possibilities this new idea brings to us. So when I think about this through our kids, right? Our kids come to us with all kinds of ideas, especially when we create a safe space for them to do that. And often as parents, I think we feel this pressure to like figure it out or we want to help put their idea into action sometimes. And Gate 11 says that our job isn't to do that, that this energy of Gate 11 is about playing with the idea. It's about conceptualizing it and allowing alternative ways of thinking about it, alternative ways of imagining about it, being creative. So I love this energy because, well, I'm going to be recording an episode for my audio podcast. Sometimes love isn't enough. And I was just thinking about how I want to create an episode. I'm sure I did this at the beginning or the end of last year. I want to create an episode about creating goals, but I don't like talking about goals in the traditional like SMART goal way because to me, a SMART goal is something that you already know how to do. I like to encourage my clients to write goals that are big and expansive and seem impossible. And I think in order for us to do that, we have to tap into this energy of gate 11. So let's use EFT to tap through this energy so that we don't get in our own way because our mind can get so busy. It can get so hung up in the details. It can get so hung up in trying to figure things out that we lose sight of how to be creative, how to think outside of the box, how to play with that idea and wait for the right people, wait for the right time, wait for the right circumstances to come to us so that we can put it into fruition. And not every idea is meant to be put into fruition, but that's okay. It really, I think when we receive inspiration, especially through Gate 11, I think that it's our role, our duty to provide a safe space for that idea and to play with it and see what comes up next, but to not force it into action. So that's what we're going to tap on today to prepare us to create goals for the new year. And even if you're watching this episode later, right? I'm not a New Year's resolution person at all. I've never done that. I think that it sets us up for success, or it does not set us up for success, excuse me. I do, however, like the idea that a lot of times around the new year, we're thinking about like it's a new year, we're moving into newness. What haven't I achieved this year that I want to continue to work towards? Or have, is my goal ready for a big expansion? So I think it's just a nice time to reset, but I don't like that idea of a New Year's resolution because we end up picking tasks that we feel like we should do. Like I should lose 20 pounds or I should, I don't know, walk more every day, right? Well, if there's not motivation behind it, it's not going to happen. So that's for a different episode for a different podcast. But let's tap into this energy of gate 11 today, the gate of the conceptualist. So, are you ready? Before we tap through this sequence, I really encourage you to think about what's going on in your head. Do you feel like there's a lot of chaos, maybe too many ideas, too much overwhelm? You're stressed about, all of the upcoming things as it relates to the holidays, perhaps, or as it relates to your school, or the kids might be on break. Is one of my mentors today called it monkey mind. Do you feel like you have a bit of monkey mind right now where your thoughts are just all over the place? Or do you feel like your mind is pretty calm and ready? So take note of that because we're going to tap on this and I want to see if you notice any changes. So, all right, so here we go. Just tap along with me, repeat my words and the tapping sequence if it feels right to you. So, even though my mind is full of ideas and it can get a bit overwhelming sometimes, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though my mind is full of ideas and it can get a bit overwhelmed sometimes, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though my mind is full of ideas and I can get a bit overwhelmed with them sometimes, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Take a deep breath. Top of the head. Too many ideas. Can't seem to focus. So many ideas. I don't even know where to start. Too many ideas. Can't put them all into action. Too many ideas. Can't put them all into action. Take another deep breath. How is your mind feeling now? Is it feeling a little bit more peaceful or is it still racing? Is it still full of ideas that you're worried you're not going to be able to know what to do or where to start? I know for me, as I'm checking in with myself right now, I feel like my mind has slowed down a little bit, but I want to add in one more tapping sequence before we wrap things up here today, and we'll see what comes up next. So, even though my mind is still racing, I now choose to see that I can hold those ideas and wait for the right time. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though my mind is still racing, I now choose to see that I can hold those ideas and wait for the right time to put them into action. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though my mind is still racing with ideas, I now choose to see that I get to hold those ideas and wait for the right time to put them into action. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Top of the head. I get to hold my ideas. I don't have to put them into action. I can use my imagination. I don't have to put them into action. I get to explore with the ideas, and I don't have to put them into action. I get to use my imagination, and I don't have to put them into action. How are you feeling now? Did you notice any shifts in your mind? Are you feeling more peace? I know that I am. I didn't even realize how chaotic my mind was feeling before I started tapping here with you today, but these two sequences definitely slowed things down. So that tells me that I do have too much in my mind, and even if I didn't realize those thoughts, now I'm yawning again. Even if I didn't realize those thoughts, they were consuming my energy. And so I'm glad that I let that chaos go a little bit. I might do some more tapping on it again later, but I've created space where I can play with those ideas and allow them to grow the way that they're supposed to and wait for the right timing. So, thank you so much for hanging out. And as always, when you're ready for some personal one-on-one tapping, feel free to check out my booking link. I'd love to support you as you release some negative energy that's holding you back, especially as it comes to your goals, as you're writing your goals for this upcoming new year. That's all, and we'll tap soon.